วัสดีค่ะ Welcome to the Nation Daily. You are with Tulip. This is the edition for November 9th, 2023. And before we go on to any story, we will go to Hong Kong first because right now Nina is in Hong Kong for the Hong Kong International Optical Fair that's ongoing this week. So let's go to Nina for more of the story.
Hi, Kun Tulip, how are you? I am actually in Hong Kong today for the Hong Kong International Optical Fair from 8 to 10 of November. This one is the 31st edition of the HKTDC Hong Kong International Optical Fair. For this fair was organized by the Hong Kong Trade Department Council or HKTDC and co-organized by the Hong Kong Optical Manufacturers Association. In this fair we have about 700 of the participants or exhibitors from 11 countries. So mainly they're from China, also from Hong Kong, Taiwan. I see a lot of French, I see a lot of Italian. And with this time, this fair focus on the fashion, the trend of this year, also sustainability and also some technologies. And with some of them also use the technology like AI and ChatGPT in their products as well. And Kun Tulip, if you would like me to take photos of some of the eyewears, maybe you'd be interested, so let me know. But for now, I gotta go. And I have to tell you, the weather in Hong Kong is really nice. It's about 24-25 degrees. So for now, I am going to walk around a little bit and then I am going to head to some roasted goose, roasted pork. So bye from Hong Kong and see you in Thailand soon.
Thank you, Nina. Now that you are in Thailand this week, there are some kind of commotion going on at the petrol station. That's because of on Tuesday, the government started their 3-month price cut program for Gasohol 95 and 91. In turn, some gas stations starting to say to their customer that they are out of stock. So the latest development is that the Energy Ministry said if these gas stations hoarding the fuel, they might face some severe punishment. Those are up to 140,000 fines or 7 years jail term or both. The event unfolded after the government implemented the 3-month price cuts for Gasohol fuels. The service stations reduced Gasohol 91 prices by 2.5 baht per liter and Gasohol 95 by 1 baht began Tuesday. However, reports emerged of stations claiming they were out of stock, leading to suspicions of hoarding. Despite the price caps, the Energy Ministry assured that retailers' profits wouldn't be affected due to fuel tax cuts and subsidies. Some stations, however, chose to stop replenishing their stocks on November 1st and sold remaining fuel on all prices to prevent losses when their price cap took effect on November 7th. Most stations resumed ordering fuel under the new prices on November 7, potentially causing supply interruptions at pumps nationwide. The government's stern stance aims to curb hoarding and ensure fuel availability for customers. So those of you that are still able to fill your tank since November 7, you can totally see the difference because 2.5 baht is actually, I would say, not a small difference. It's a big difference if you fill up your tank. Anyway, next story, we go to the event held by UNICEF Asia Pacific in Bangkok today. They has launched the regional general comment number 26. If you wonder what it is, it's actually more like international guideline on the children's rights and climate change. And this general comment are quite different from the previous one because they involve children in constructively and they make sure that children's thought and views are included in there. The general comments number 26 or GC26, is an authoritative guidance on how children's rights are impacted by the environmental crisis and what governments must do to uphold these rights to ensure that children live in a clean, healthy, and sustainable world. It explicitly addresses the climate emergency, the collapse of biodiversity, and pervasive pollution, outlining countermeasures to protect the lives and life perspectives of children. The event today was moderated by Thai youths and also joined by children from Cambodia and Vietnam virtually to voice their concerns on climate change.
Like, we need to ensure that their voices are being heard and amplified. It's not enough to just acknowledge that, oh, okay, they want to be a part of it, but to actually see the importance of it and prioritize their voices in what changes they want to see in this world and how they're willing to contribute, especially with other youth as well.
And that was actually 16 years old representative at the event today. Such a bright and passionate young mind. Now we move on to the next story about AI. I believe that a lot of you, if not most, will get the use of AI already help with some kind of writing, searching, and whatnot. And there is this recent research that shows that most Thai people that use AI to help with their productivity actually claim it as their own. So in turn, experts suggest that Thai workers should learn a little more about work ethic on this. The recent study commissioned by the US software firm Salesforce shows that nearly 90% of Thais pass off AI work as their own. Experts suggest these white-collar workers must be educated about ethics and morality when using generative AI to increase their productivity. The findings were part of Govt's generative AI research in Thailand, with the objective of uncovering Thai workers' attitude and perceptions of generative artificial intelligence at work. It was conducted online from July 26 to August 3rd this year. The sample includes over 1,000 Thai adults aged 18 and above who work full-time in an office with at least one other employee. According to the study, 77% of Thai workers believe that their company lack clearly defined policies on how generative AI can be used for work. As a result, Thai workers are employing generative AI in questionable ways. The research also shows the majority of Thai workers were unable to identify all actions associated with using AI ethically or safely. About 84% of those who use and experiment with generative AI at work have used it to complete a task and present it as their own work, with 67% doing it multiple times. So there's nothing wrong with using AI helping you with work, but you might have to own up to it that you get some help from the computer AI. Anyway, let's move on to the next story. I think this is one event that a lot of people have been looking forward to. Some people come to Thailand for it. A lot of people, take time to craft their floating and whatnot for Loi Krathong festival. This year fall on November 27. But before we get to that day, they're starting to have some kind of social advocate asking people to reduce use of the floating lantern, or we call it sea lantern, or not doing it at all, with the reason that we should try to make it a little more environmental friendly. So with the Loi Krathong festival coming up on November 27, social media is seeing more advocates for refraining from floating the sea lanterns during the festival, with the goal to reduce waste and environmental harm. Several prominent environmental social pages are actively sharing the message from various perspectives. The page like Monsoon Garbage Thailand said that the release of the often plastic floating lanterns in unmanaged water bodies results in significant environmental damage. The tradition should be discontinued, they said, unless a well-managed system is in place. On another page, Environment suggests use of eco-friendly lantern alternatives such as floating lanterns in an enclosed spaces, retrieving lanterns after use, using ice lanterns instead, minimizing decorations or floating a single lantern with a group, avoiding paper sewing pins in lanterns, skipping foam and food lanterns, and opting to float lanterns online. So we are seeing more people support the no lanterns in open areas approach. They believe that while paying respect to the goddess of water is important, it should be done without harming water sources and the environment. And this is the event that after the Loi Krathong each year, you will see the news footage of huge amount of this floating lantern, or we call it Krathong, in clogging some areas, some canal of Bangkok. And it's a huge task of BMA to clean it up every year. So let's see what's going to happen this year. BMA already prepared themselves for it. They have statistics. Last year it was like over 500,000 Krathong. We don't know how much it will be this year. And that's it for the news in this edition of The Nation Daily. You can find more details, more information of all these news and any other news about Thailand in our website, nationthailand.com. We also have YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, Instagram. So go to whatever platform you feel comfortable. สวัสดีค่ะ